Yeah, hey Karen. I was not here on Tuesday. There was an emergency, not in my life. As you guys may have seen, there was a big plane crash in at LaGuardia Airport involving a flight from Montreal to LaGuardia. So I do other things at the newspaper. I was called in to work on that, and I was unable to do the live blog on Tuesday. That's why there was no live blog on Tuesday. But we are back tonight. And I'll make it up. I'll do one of the weekend ones, maybe Saturday. I'll do Saturday. Um, but we'll get to that. We'll get to all that good stuff later. But yeah, that's what happened. It does happen sometimes. Uh, I don't get to cover, but you know we always do our best. Always do our best here. Jakub Dobesh is in nets tonight. That much I know. I'm still gathering the intel for tonight. So kind of a weird thing. Coach Martin Saint Louis, um, for the rest of the season, will not be divulging the lineup. That's weird, eh? Is that weird? That's weird. So Marty will not be telling us who's in the lineup and who's not in the lineup earlier in the day, like like typically. Kind of a strange move. But obviously, as you get near the playoffs, everybody gets super paranoid. You guys know how it goes. Totally get it. You missed a hell of a game. It's funny. So I was watching the game and I did update the website, the Gazette.com, as the game was happening because I had to watch it. Um, but I had two screens going. So I had two live blogs going. I was handling the live blog for the airline for the Air for Canada the Air Canada news, and I was simultaneously updating the hockey score. And let me tell you, I was definitely very worried about mistaking one for the other. Can you imagine like the Air Canada story? I suddenly just write in there, Cole Caulfield scored a goal, or vice versa. Habs update. They've retrieved the black box from the fuselage, or whatever happened. But such is life working at a daily newspaper. You never know where you're going to get thrown in. I love it. Uh, but I love being here and I love covering the Habs. Obviously, it's, as you guys might imagine, the thing at the Gazette that our Gazette readers are probably the most passionate about. It's not the most passionate about, actually. I've come to realize, if you guys are curious, what really like hits at the Montreal Gazette, like analytics wise, like what are the things that make people go crazy? As you can imagine, the Canadians are routinely like among the best, the most read things that we do. But the number one thing that always passes is if there's an ice storm or like blizzard. If there's massive winter weather, like the a couple weeks ago, right? We had like a massive windstorm that took out a bunch of stuff. People were out of power, that kind of stuff. Massive wind and ice storm, like that, the people watching and reading that like far exceeds hockey, even. And I would say even the Air Canada stuff. I would say probably. I mean, obviously, it's like a exceptional circumstance. It's not something that happens very often. But if you're curious to know what hits on the Gazette website, those are things. Ryan Katz, hello again. I think Hudson is making Struble look good, just as I'm sure he can make Jacka look good. It's the Markov effect. Ask Komisarek. Yes, Komisarek was Jack Guy before there was. I will say that um, I don't like Hudson when he plays with Struble. I've said this before. I think we end up selling Hudson a lot very short by putting him with Struble. Like I feel like he kind of carries him a lot, and then we end up with like not as good a player as Hudson can be. Hudson is, you guys I'm sure saw the Athletic this week. Their analytics say that Lane Hudson's probably the fourth best team in the league, or sorry, the fourth best player in the league. Um, and so it's definitely a little. So it's like you put him with Struble, and like Struble's okay. But yeah. Hold on. We do have the Habs lines here. Habs lines. See, this is the big issue. Hudson plays on his wrong side, on the right. And the only reason why he's doing it is because they've tried everybody else and nobody else can do it. So Gooley is like a disaster on the right. Matheson, who I think should be, as the veteran, should be like the guy to buck up and take the job, is really bad at it. So ultimately, you have to put Hudson until Reinbacher's ready. And this is why I think they might be compelled to call up, if the defense really can't get it together, I do think they'll be compelled to call up Reinbacher sooner rather than later. I do think that's a possibility. Okay, here are the Habs lines tonight. Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Newhook, Kapanen, Demidov, Bolduc, Evans, Anderson, Veleno, Dano, Gallagher. Who the heck is out? Oh, Texier's out. They put Veleno instead of Texier. Okay, sure, why not? Matson, Dobson, Gooley, Carrier, Struble, Hudson. Gooley, Carrier is a good pairing. They put them here as the second pairing, but you and I both know that they are the third. They are the third pairing by any other name. By any other, was it Rose by any other name? So bring up Reinbacher. I think so. I think it's like a lot of people are like, oh, he's like not ready or this and that, but like he'll be playing with Hudson. Like I think he can hang. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily think um that it's going to be like a huge trial by fire to put him in. It's my thought. Karen asks, "Do you remember Joel Teasdale?" For sure, played 2 games for the Habs, but was very good in Laval or wherever the minor, or in Laval at that point. Yeah, he just got back from playing in Austria. He is my cousin's girlfriend's son. There's always a connection. If you live in Canada, you're connect. You got through some connection. You connected some ex NHL or even an ex Hab. That's my thought anyway. But yeah, Dobesh is in tonight. Oh, I was gonna before we get to my Dobesh question, I'll ask Robert question. Just do we give Monty another chance? Not this season. Maybe next season, but not this season. And I think he's gone. I think he's done. And I think he's done for a good reason. It's not just that he had like a bad season, because trust me, goalies, who knows? You just don't know. Unless you're like Vasilevsky or like look, even Hellebuck had a bad season, right? Goalies are weird. They have weird seasons. Montembeau, I think, can still be a good goalie in this league. But the truth is, they just don't need him anymore. Dobesh is ready. Fowler is ready. Granted, they're two very young goalies, and it's always risky to have two young goalies in there because, again, goalies are mercurial and weird. But I think they've both proven that they have a way higher ceiling than Montembeau has. So Those long range shots were terrible. Montembeau gave up goals that he simply could not. Jack does not deserve to be healthy scratch for 3 weeks. I don't think so either. Um, and this is the funny thing is that I think the solution is to call up Reinbacher, which would definitely ensure that Struble and Jack never really get in. Somebody suggested, and I don't think it's totally wrong, that if you call up Reinbacher, you could potentially bench Carrier because then you're kind of like, okay, we've got like two right D, but I think Carrier is with Gooley is playing well enough that they're gonna keep those guys together. Hey, Skydigger, is Texier a healthy scratch? He is tonight. He is indeed a healthy scratch. We got some Dobesh thoughts. Right call tonight. Dobesh is in. Karen says right call. Jay says, don't give Monty any more chances. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get any more chances. That would be my guess. Veleno, he hasn't done squat in decades, Robert says. I thought he was pretty good in the two games. You know what they liked about him, though? They like that he's. I think they think he can, like, bump up the PK a little bit. The PK has not been that good. So I think they're looking for someone to bump up the PK, and they're not that concerned about the offense. But maybe they should be. I think Texier should play with Demidov a little bit. I would love to see that. Can you share the lineup for the game? I can. Hold on. Where did I put it? Here it is, Sky Digger. Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Newhook, Kapanen, Demidov, Bolduc, Evans, Anderson, Veleno, Dano, Gallagher, Matheson, Dobson on defense, Gooley, Carrier, Struble, and Dobesh. There's the lineup for you. I am in the house. Rick, hello. Karen bought your son a cool guitar today. Nice. That's a good gift. I hope you. Ah, he's in town. I hope he's having. I hope you guys are having a lot of fun. Mark says, "Hey, Mark. By the way, I don't like Marty being cocky with reporters. He was a little cocky today. I was like, where is this coming from? I also thought it was a little strange because like they just won a game. They're like riding pretty high. They're playing pretty well. They're built. They're hopefully going to get a little space on the competition, and yet was kind of testy this morning. I wonder if hey Pimfash, by the way, I wonder if Arbor is going to ride out the regular season in the press box. It's looking very much like that's a possibility. Because again, a bit like the line A question, right? It gets a bit to the point where it's like you haven't played in so long. Are you gonna like? It's not even fair to put you back in the lineup. I'm waiting for someone to tell me what Struble has done to never leave the lineup. I saw poor reads and giveaways his last two games. I know. I'm not a fan either. I think Jack brings more to the table than Struble, but I think the way they see Struble is that he's a bit of like a zero sum guy, whereas I think they see Jack bringing more negatives to his game than his positive. But either way, I don't think neither has won a job here. They're both seventh defensemen to me. So I think this offseason, one of them will be settle in as the seventh defenseman. Reinbacher will make his way up. Maybe even Engstrom will make his way up. Carrier will play out his final season. And then hopefully they've got the defense that they like. And then if Reinbacher and Engstrom aren't like ready to be the guys they think they'll be, then they go outside the organization and they get someone. But I think Struble and Jack have maxed out as number seven defensemen here. And frankly, I don't think St. Louis likes having either in the lineup. which is why he keeps kind of bouncing back and forth. Just answer the question. Oh, I thought you were talking about me for a second. No, you're talking about Marty. Sure, it can be annoying, but that's the job. Yeah. It's like literally answer 5 minutes of questions a day. I answer 8 million questions all the time. And it's A-okay. I don't mind. I heard something about St. Louis. Can you elaborate on what happened today? He was cocky. Yes, Skydigger. So I'll tell you what happened exactly. So he said yesterday that he's no longer going to give out lineup information before the games. So, like, we didn't know Dobesh was going to be the starter until right now. We didn't know that Struble was going to be in instead of Jack-Eye until, like, they stepped on the ice. And we didn't know that Texier was going to be a scratch. So when somebody kind of posed that question again, he kind of aggressively came out and was like, is anybody going to ask any good questions today? And it was a bit like, what, dude? Like, it's the journalist's job to ask you who's be in the lineup. Like, the journalists have a job to figure out who's in the lineup. So it's a little weird. Karen says he was even a little testy after the last win. Strubel's been lucky Marty's put him on the top two. He's been using the Tortorella Book of Ego. Well, Tortorella is his model as a coach. Engstrom is better than Struble. Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a matter. The thing is with Engstrom and Reinbacher, it's just a matter of like, next time they're up, they're not going back. Like, they're gonna let them marinate a little bit. I mean, Laval has a real chance to win a championship this year. So, like, there's a lot to gain by keeping them down there. But at the end of the day, if they're going to help the big club, they're going to come up, but they're not bouncing around guys. Like, once they're up, I think they're up. Mark says bring up Ryan Backer. Karen's here with the 2 gummies. Oh, my goodness. I need. You got 2. Can you share one with me? I need right now. Jay says Reinbacher is ready. It's man, what a season for him, eh? He did not look ready like 3 months ago, but now he looks great. You see the highlights of him, and you're like, oof, oof. The Canadiens will regret it if they trade Jack-Eye. I think so too. I think on a team that plays more of a zone style, and he's not like forced to chase so much, I think he'll be fantastic. He'll clear the net better. It's just the system is. By the way, if you guys want to talk about defense, was it today or tomorrow? Today was the Hockey Inside Out bonus episode. Chris Nyland is back. He was away for a couple weeks. He's back now. Chris Nyland and Rick Green got into it about the defense, about whether they felt like Marty was mismanaging the defensemen, what the ideal pairings ought to be. Please do watch it. It's on YouTube. Costs you nothing except 9 minutes of your day. Please do watch it. It's a great episode. Those 2 guys, if anybody understands the defense, it's former assistant coach and former Cup winner Rick Green. My God, does that guy still understand totally what this defense needs and like how they should be done. Kelly Morgan's here. Big hockey day with NCAA tourney in action. Ooh, you'll have to let us know. I have not been following. I just assume that Michael Hage is going to make the Frozen Four, but I should not make that assumption. I know he does have some tough games coming up. Trade rumor, Rick. Oh, I love it. Let's do some trade rumors. Monty, Arbor, and Beck for Mason McTavish. Well, I will say, although I do think Pat Verbeek would be very interested in Arbor Jack-Eye, he has no interest in Montembeault, has probably no interest in Beck, because he just called up Nathan Gaucher, who's not really, he's kind of like their own Beck, a kind of switchblade center winger type. So I don't think that they got room for those 2 guys. So I don't think that trade is gonna be good. But I do think that if they play their cards right, Arbor Jack-Eye will be a very valuable trade piece in the off season if they should decide to do it. And I honestly don't. I'm still not convinced that they're going to trade him. I still think that next year he might settle in as the 7th defenseman. And they might just be happy to have that. Nyland spoke to Jack-Eye in the press box, basically said he's not happy at the moment. That is exactly... So in the new episode of Hockey Inside Out, that's exactly what Knuckles talks about. They had a chat. in the press box. And obviously, Knuckles kept a lot of it, it's private conversation between the two of them. But he said, look, yeah, Jack Guy's not happy. He wants to play. It's not like I'm like mad at the coach or anything. It's just he's unhappy that he wants to play, as all the players do. If trust me, if they didn't want to play, you'd be worried about it. Then you should be worried about it. Karen says it is not Marty's job to announce lineups ahead of time. This is a race for the end, for God's sakes. Don't let our opponents know anything. Yeah, I mean that's the mentality, right? I guess it's just more like how he sort of explained that. Karen says Knuckles is a big fan of Jack Eye. He is a huge fan of Jack Eye, and he does a lot. Knuckles definitely, I mean, Knuckles is an alumni. He definitely goes to the games, talks to the boys. Rick thinks he's staying. Yeah, I think he's staying. I think at the end, Strubal's the one who's gonna go. Struble makes he's still under contract for next year for like a very nice amount of money. I mean, maybe they both stay. And well, no, they can't both stay because you got to bring up Reinbacher and Engstrom at a certain point. Rick was saying his favorite D partner was Larry Robinson, and Chris Chelios was Chris Knuckles was slagging him about not liking to play with Chelios. Yeah, apparently Chelios is tricky to play with. Karen Rooney watched the Rockets game last night. Lost a shootout to Utica, bottom feeders. Rick Green and company today you watched. So how was Reinbacher last night, Karen? Let us know. Robert loves Rick and Knuckles. Good. I'm honestly like I love having Brian Scrudlin's like our number one sub when when Knuckles can't go. Um and I love Screwy. Scrudlin's like amazing to have on the show too. But there's just something about the chemistry between Rick and Knuckles. Those guys, like, not only they're like still really involved in the team and like really like around, so they still understand. Like they won in '86. They're still involved in the game. They still watch the game. They're still at the arena. They're still their mindset has evolved with how like they understand the league today. They're not just like some like old school guys who are just like, oh, I wish the game was the way it used to be. Like, no, they understand. Like Knuckles has a really good understanding of how a guy like Jack Eye can evolve and be effective in today's game. So I do hope that that Habs management takes some of that to heart and understands that I think Knuckles sees it like a pretty special player in Jack Eye, and they really ought to keep that going. D'Amico posted that TJ Hughes out of U of Michigan is being courted by several teams, including the Habs, would be a good addition for Laval. I saw that too, and I'm sure the Canadiens are interested because he's a free player and he's good. But I will say that Montreal's not a very attractive place right now because they have too many forwards. Like Texier can't even get in the lineup. Patrick Laine can't even get in the lineup. So TJ might want to go to a place where they maybe it's a little the competition's a little softer. I would imagine he'd have to look into that. Maybe Hage plays a few games. Hope so. I mean, if he makes the Frozen Four, like the margins are like razor thin for him making it. But if he can burn a year off his contract, he'll do it, guaranteed. And the Habs are pro burning a year off your contract. And you guys might think that that's kind of weird, but it's actually proven to be really effective because they were able to sign, Slavkovsky and Hudson and these guys like that a year before they really turn up. Like they're able to lock up the guys early, and that was really more the priority than getting that extra year on the back end, which is like what the Leafs did, right? The Leafs kind of played hardball with like Matthews and Marner and didn't get them for as long as they wanted. Al Wilson was the man. Asks, what about turning Jack Guy into a fourth line power forward? I heard it mentioned by a few people. It just seems like so hard. I don't know. I mean, there's a reason why no one does it, right? And the same reason why there was nobody pitched and hit like until Shohei. But it's all one ice. I feel like you could do it, but for some reason they really don't think you can. And it's not just the Habs. I mean, nobody does it. Who's the last guy who went from defense to forward? And I won't even count somebody like Markov who did it like well before he made the NHL, right? In 2 seasons, plenty of room at forward. That's true. But it depends on what TJ is looking at, right? If TJ thinks that he needs more seasoning, Laval's a great place to be. You're basically with an NHL coach. You're NHL facility. I mean, Laval is NHL facilities, basically. Like, it's nicer than some NHL teams' facilities, I think. Brent Burns and Bufflin. Those are the two, I think, the two shining examples. But they went backwards. They were like defense and then forward and then went back to defense. So that's not a good example because those guys mostly played defense, whereas we're looking for somebody who was a defense and went to forward. But again, Arbor Jacki is such a special player in terms of like his physicality that maybe he is the one guy who could do it. I would. I mean, obviously, you're not going to experiment with him now, but like, I don't know why they wouldn't try. Pinvash says, to be fair, Jacki's a favorite and people like hitting, but his actual defensive play is not good. He isn't quick. He leaves large gaps and he gives up a lot of slot chances as a result. I agree. But I will say the one thing, Pinvash, is will he be better in a zone defense as opposed to more of a man-to-man? Like, is his, like, not so great speed exposed because he's in a man-to-man and he's got to chase a lot? Like, if they just parked him in front of the net, wouldn't he be more effective? So I see other teams seeing that and being like, we can make him work. Jay says, Skrudland was one of the first guys I remember from my youth in the 80s. Naslund was my favorite player. Naslin's the best. We should have him on the show. And doesn't mean Strubal's next Shea Weber. It's just the lack of options at the moment. Yeah, I mean, look, I think we're just buying time until neither of them are top six to me. We're just like buying time until Reinbacher and Engstrom are ready. Jacki is not capable of playing forward in the NHL, Kelly says. All right, first period is underway. Bon match, tout le monde. Ooh, Dobish having to make saves early. I mean, isn't that the thing, right? We're always so nervous about, oh, what a save by, oh my God, 2 saves by Dobish. Isn't this crazy? I mean, we were so worried about Montembeault at the starts of these games. And now Dobish comes in, it's like 2 massive saves at the start. I mean, the problem still is the Canadiens give up all these chances early, but at least they got a goalie to bail them out. Struble and Carey make mistakes on a nightly basis. Yeah, and thank goodness they're not a pairing anymore. That was a bad pairing. And that's really the thing about Struble and Jacki is they kind of bring down whoever they're with. Like, I don't think Hudson is nearly the player that he is when he plays offhand with Struble. Which is, again, why I think calling up Reinbacher, even if he's not 100% ready, is like, just makes the rest of the team fall into place. By the way, what was I asked a question to Karen before about Reinbacher, and she said he was okay last night. Rick Wood says 9-3-1 and save percentage 917 and a GAA of 252 ever since they brought up Marco Marciano from Laval. It's all about Dobesh right now. Not another Carolina start, Kelly says. So far, that's what it looks like. Dobesh, man, up to 5 saves right now? 4 at least? Unbelievable. Oh, Texas actually hurt. Texas actually hurt. Lower body injury. So Texas is actually not a healthy scratch. He's actually out. So something to keep in mind. What is with these slow starts, Fat Chat, especially at home? So right now it's 4-0 in shots, Columbus, and the puck has been entirely in the Columbus zone. There you go, Caden Gooley with a nice hit on Miles Wood in the corner. If you can't get the puck out of the zone, you might as well punish them a little bit. Rick says hit the likes. Yeah, hit the likes if you want. Very much appreciated. And also if you haven't subscribed to Hockey Inside Out yet, you definitely should because the shows keep on coming. Knuckles and Rick for the rest of the season, guys. And maybe a little surprise for the playoffs. We should start booking that now. Let me know what you guys want in the playoff special. I'll see what I can do. We had Tony last year and it was great. There we go, 2-on-1. Anderson misses the net. Of course he does. Oh, I hear iron. Womp womp, Anderson. What do we got? Got a Habs penalty, it looks like. Hey, Bob. So the first power play of the game now goes to Columbus Blue Jackets. Marchenko gets appended by Slavkovsky going to the net. They're going to call that every day. We have seen this start before. Kelly says there's a second Kelly in the chat. All Kellys are welcome. Your cable feed is no sound. What are you watching it on? I'm watching on RDS online. I'm getting the sound right now. If you can hit up RDS. Skydigger asks, do you find it a little weird that Dobesh rarely gets any talk about top rookie? I think in any other season he would, but the fact that the best rookie of the year is clearly Matthew Schaefer, and then the second best is pretty clearly Demidov, makes it, and especially the fact that Demidov is on the Canadiens, makes it hard for Dobesh to break through. But honestly, if Dobesh is like lights out the rest of the season, I think he should be the third nomination. Seneca's good though. What a great year for rookies, man. Pinfash says Bolduc should have kept the puck. Anderson never scores on the break. It's the law of the universe. I know, and Bolduc is such a good shot too. Ooh, nice play by Marchment. Circled the net. Nice patience on the power play, but Nice job, Dobson. Seneke is one. No. Matthew Schaefer is going to win the Rookie of the Year. Not even close. He's going to be like almost unanimous. You mean in points, though? In points, he's probably ahead of. Oh, is there going to be another penalty? No. Certainly looked like Dano dumped this guy, but they're gonna be nice to him. Sorry, I was like, where'd my phone go? My phone's here. All right, we got 13 seconds left in the power play. The Columbus power play. And they're up 6-1 in shots. It's been all Columbus so far. It's in points, Rick Wood says. So it's Seneca, then it's Demidov, then it's Schaefer. I mean, that's your top three, right? It's going to be hard for Dobesh to break through. I mean, Kapanen has 21 goals, and he's not even going to be like top five, maybe, which is crazy. So it's just one of those years, man. There were too many good rookies. The league is in good shape, except in goal. Not a lot of good goal. Not a lot of good young goalies out there. Sean Monahan, old Canadian, breaking up an odd man rush there. Man, 14-1 shot attempts at the net right now. It's all Columbus right now. All the TSN channels have no sound, Jay says. But Ryan's coming just fine. Jay, is it your own is it your own audio thing? No sound because the Leafs are yes. Rogers is denying you sound until the Leafs play better. That is something that they would do, to be honest. Karen set up his TSN on Sportsnet Plus, and you're getting the full sound. Guys, speaking of baseball or TV, baseball season is on, and man, is it confusing to figure out. I was told like I didn't resubscribe to MLB TV this year. I might do it later, but like I was told that you need like a separate login now. I don't know. Like ESPN Plus, you need. I don't know. That's how it goes sometimes. The tech fails you. It fails me an awful lot around here. The internet's been good this week though. The internet's touch and go around my place. When the weather's bad, I definitely notice the weather issues, but the internet issues. But so far so good. ESPN Canada, right? So it can't be that. If I subscribe, the thing is, I don't want to subscribe to MLB TV because it's a one-shot payment for the season. It's like 180 bucks or something. I don't want to pay the 180 bucks and then find out that I need ESPN. So people were complaining that for MLB TV you need ESPN Plus, but I don't know if these people are just in the US or not. If they're in Canada, then I don't know. I just like got confused and upset about it, and then I was just like, the Giants are bad anyway this season, so I don't even want to subject myself to baseball. Habs are using the rope a dope to start the game. Yeah, this is another. Oh, Al, did you watch the Netflix game? I heard it was terrible. I don't have Netflix either, actually. I should say. I don't have anything. I I just scroll on my phone all night. That's my entertainment. Do I see any similarities between Monahan and Doc? Both are hurt a lot. I don't, because Monahan was very good. Then he messed up his hip and he was bad for like 4 years. And then he got good again. And now he's kind of eh. He's okay. Whereas Doc has never been healthy. Like Monahan at least had like a baseline of success with Calgary before injuring his hip. Like there was a very clear moment where he got hurt and was bad. So whereas Doc is there's always something with him, which is a little different. Pimfatch says the slow starts are concerning. Yes, we are the comeback kings, but that will not fly in the playoffs. Yes, that is. I could not agree more. Nobody likes these slow starts. It's not good. It's not good. You're right. In the playoffs, this will not fly. The spirit is willing, but the tech is weak. I think that's what the word. That's the motto of working at the Gazette. I think. our spirits pull us through the day, but our technology fails us more often than not. Do we have a shot yet? RDS says we have a shot. RDS says there's one shot. Not saying that's unequivocally true. Yeah, then one shot. Well, there's a second shot at almost exactly 11 minutes left in the period, and it was by Cole Caulfield, and it was pretty nice. Very nice from the hash marks. Erminio, hey Erminio, by the way, I like Doc, but he's not Monahan. He certainly is not, and the only thing they have in common is maybe Doc will be playing in Columbus next year, or, or somewhere. I don't know. Karen says, "Poor you, I don't have anything." No, I have. I'm rich in spirit, Karen. It's okay. I don't need streaming services. And then in Nets tonight, so Columbus, a little like the Canadiens, had like their kind of entrenched veteran goalie in Elvis Merzlikins, and he was just no bueno. And Jet Greaves has come in and like really been good. That's a little different because I think Elvis was bad for like a couple of years. Yes, it's 8-2 now in shots, Karen. That's true. Caulfield got us the second shot. Okay, well now the puck is in Columbus's zone for the first time, really. Can they get something done? Ooh, Hudson trying to dipsy do and lost the puck, but it's still down low. Okay, back to the point. Take a little room here, buddy. Struble scores! Are you kidding me? Jade Struble! What a goal! Holy moly! You kidding me? What a shot by Jade Struble! It's 1-0. Jade Struble, that guy, the guy that we always complain about is in the lineup. Comes down from the point. Beauty pass from Bolduc, I think that was, right? Yeah, Bolduc ends up at the top of the point. Dishes to Struble. Struble goes all the way down. It beats Jet Greaves' blocker side. My goodness. I don't know if any of you picked money on Struble to score tonight, but you're coming out rich. Al says if you look hard enough on the net, you'll find any game you want. You sure will. And then also a lot of weird trackers on your web browser. That's okay. I already got a bunch. You guys were funny. Bye, Arbor. You still want Jack Guy? Rick would still take Arbor any day of the week. He would have scored that goal. It's been a while, but the Habs have four top point getters in the NHL so far this season. Nice pass from Bolduc. I know. You know what? Bolduc has not scored in probably about 30 games now. But I can't say that he's played poorly of late. Like, he hits a lot. He hits in the offensive zone. Oh, nice drive-by tip attempt there by Columbus. Struble's played well. Arbor won't be back in the lineup until Struble has a bad game. Looked like Cole Caulfield on that one. So who had Struble for the opening goal? Nobody, pimp. I'll tell you that much. Not me. So there you go. Shots are 9-3 Columbus. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Canadiens are still up 1-0. And it is indeed his first of the season. So give it up for Jaden Struble. Hudson is so good. He's so good he made Jaden Struble score a goal. Second goal since November of 20... Or first goal since November of 2024. I too am glad Hudson got an assist. His offense has dried up since getting paired with Struble. And we get a go Habs from Robert. That's hilarious. Rick Bonus with a Bonjour la belle province. Love it. What's up with these slow starts? That's a really good question. You'd think that like as a young team they'd be full of like, but it's clearly it's got to be a preparation thing. What else could it be? It's got to be prep. They're not in poor shape. The locker room's great. Everybody loves each other. They get excited. It's just got to be like a prep thing. Hopefully, scoring this goal though is gonna like change things up, and now they're gonna start to take over the game. Shots were 16-4 against, and they were only down 2-1 in the last game in the first period. I know, like, this is nothing compared to that. Oh, but this is a nice chance for Columbus, and they made it 1-1. Yeah, I mean, this is a classic, like, Struble. I mean, do you think that's tricky? What do you guys think on this one? Struble definitely kicked it back to the Columbus player, but Hudson gave it away at the blue line and didn't come back. But Struble, you're back. Like, don't give it to the guy. Like, I still think this one's on Struble. You can't like Hudson can't be in a position where he's afraid to make a mistake because Struble can't back him up. And this is why I don't want this pairing. I don't like this pairing. Just make it stop. Call up Reinbacker. I don't want to deal with this anymore. They've been slow starters all year. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to type in the goals for you guys. Well, I'll do the... I don't think you guys care that much about. The second goal was Severson, assisted by Boone Jenner and what's the guy's name? Isaac Lundestrom. You know what? I totally thought that Lundestrom was a guy that before they signed Veleno, I was like, oh, they might sign Lundestrom. I could see that. Yeah, big hit there. You don't see Demidov take hits like that very often. Hudson is allowed mistakes, whereas Max says, hey, Max, by the way, Hudson's been pinching badly for a while now. See, this is the issue. I think he pinches just fine. I think he just is a bad partner that can't really, allow Hudson to... But, Hudson is here to be aggressive. This is why I think Reinbacker needs to be here. I think Reinbacker could take that role a lot better. Where you're not giving up the size and you're getting some more mobility than Struble. Pimfash says, we're essentially being manhandled right now, and everyone is blaming our number 6 defenseman. That is a very good point. Forest for the trees, Pimp. Forest for the trees. How about it? Gallagher? Oh, nice try. Gallagher almost split the D and beat Greaves with a backhand reel up high. How about another 2-on-1? This time, big slap shot, and Dobish made a nice play. His helmet come off? Yeah, his mask came off. So we get a whistle here. Very nice play. I mean, there you go. Dobesh. Don't you already feel better with Dobesh in nets? D-men have to be more aware when you pinch and when you back off. That is true and part of the like challenge that the Habs have, where they do have a very aggressive defense, and it really seems clear that Marty is not going to change up the system. So it's like, how do you not give away the puck so much, but like continue to create offense? Poor play by Dano at the blue line. Dano is definitely like, they definitely risk using him too much. Again, too many odd man rushes. This has been defensively a very not good first period. Robert agrees. Too much gambling from Hudson right now. And Dobesh saving our asses again. The D needs to, and he also says the D needs to go to a zone D. So Rick Green said it's not that crazy to go back. He was like, everybody knows how to play zone. It's not that crazy. So it is just totally a Marty thing. Marty's obsessed. At what point do we start asking the question, are the Habs too reliant on Jakub Dobesh? I feel like we're getting close to asking ourselves that question. Is it strictly man to man now, or is it a hybrid? I guess it's a hybrid. But down low, it certainly looks like a man to man. I think it's more of a man to man. I'll take the win against Carolina, but not playing a full 60 will come back to haunt them in the playoffs. For sure. Absolutely. This is you guys, you and I both know that you can't come back and beat Tampa and Buffalo because they're gonna meet, almost guaranteed they're meeting one of Tampa or Buffalo in the first round. Like the worst. I can't imagine a worst first round matchup for the Canadiens. So they're gonna have to move heaven and earth to beat one of those teams. Uh, So are these like comeback games really like what's going to work against them? Probably not. Now, that being said, it's 1-1. We'll see what happens, but tough team to play against, Arminio says. They're challenging us at the blue line. I think most teams are doing that right now. Our guys tend to dipsy doodle there a lot. Yeah, and Rick Bonus, like, his team is so. Columbus has been so good since Rick Bonus came in. Rick Bonus is truly the whisper, the team whisperer. Yeah, exactly. Arbor on a team that plays zone, which is pretty much every other team, would be very good. Oh, nice tip. Nice tip by Newhook in front. Greaves had it, but man, Newhook was buzzing around. He thought he'd gotten a rebound off that one. Habs would make the smart play to not play Tampa by losing their position. I mean, who would you rather face, Tampa or Buffalo? It's kind of like asking, would you rather have a punch to the face or kick in the ass? Basically. Gotta make it there first, Al Wilson's man says. It's true. Okay. Habs are in the Columbus zone. Well, already not in the zone. That might be an offside. No, they got out. I mean, the Habs are shooting and kind of putting it deep, but they're not really putting it deep, but they're not getting anything out of it. Like they're just putting it deep, and then Columbus is just like, oh, although Jet Greaves just gave the puck away, brutal giveaway, and Cole Caulfield point blank. Oh, what a chance for Cole Caulfield, man. They bungled it. Columbus bungled it behind the net. Puck went right out in front. Caulfield jumped on it, and man, he whipped one, a fast one, but missed the net. Okay, we're 25 seconds left in the first period, so it looks like we're going to end this one tied 1-1, which, if you're the Habs, you are pretty happy about. Never play to lose. Well, I don't think the Habs play to lose. I think the Habs uh, are as in it to win it as any team. Maybe too much sometimes. What a what an absolute rocket from Caulfield, but he missed it. What is he at? 44 goals now? 44? He's almost there. Charlie Coyle's a free agent at the end of the season. And I don't think the Habs are in the market for an aging center anymore. But I think Charlie Coyle's kind of like a weirdly effective player. Like I don't think he was particularly good with Boston, but he's kind of jumped around. He's been pretty good. On pace for another 40 shot conceded game. Well, hopefully they don't put Dobish through that again. So what are the shots here? Well, first period's over. 1-1, as you guys can see. Your goal scorers are Jaden Struble, of all people, first goal of the season, and Damon Severson, who it's his eighth of the season. He's having a comeback season. He was looking like a buyout candidate for Columbus not that long ago, and now he's back on the top pairing, playing great hockey with Werenski. Goes to show you that a right shot defenseman, you're gonna get a few chances. You're gonna get a few chances in this game to get it right. But yeah, let me know what you think about the first period. Ryan Katz says they'll take the tie. Yeah, they definitely are gonna be like relieved that it's only 1-1. Pinvash says lucky to escape 1-1. It's another terrible and uninspired start. Yeah, why is it going down? Lousy start yet again. Okay, so I gotta ask you guys. Does anybody have an answer? I told you guys that I think it's probably like just prep. I don't know. They don't come out like ready to play. But I don't know. Maybe you guys have a better explanation than me. Okay. Rick Wood says maybe this is the plan. Yeah, lull them into a false sense of security. I mean, it's working out pretty well so far. Kelly just wants to know why too. Why can we not win a first period? Karen says, well, it's because they're better in the second period. That they are better in the second period. Pimfash says, well, it's they're a young team. They're immature. They're still learning how to be pros. I think it will come. It's not unusual for young teams. That is a very level-headed, logical response. They just don't know how to come out for games. That honestly is the best explanation that I've heard. I'm not being sarcastic at all. That is genuinely, I think, probably close to the reality here. Rick says, look at how they play the third. Buffalo. Rickwood says Buffalo is only 6 months older on the top four lines. Yeah, but Buffalo's only been good for 3 months. Let's not. Buffalo's best team in the NHL for the last 3 months. But let's be like a little real about Buffalo are not like some long established dynasty here. Like they were literally the worst team in the league, and now they're the best team in the league. I don't know how real any of that is. Might be smoke and mirrors. Karen also asks, what's their 5-on-3 power play? Too much. I think we just have too much talent. They just keep passing it. They keep looking for the perfect shot, 5-on-3. They've got so many talented players. They don't move around. They're too confident, and they just don't go and bang it in the net. Having to move to cover Severin's shot meant the net opened up more than necessary. 3 games ago, they had 16 shots in the first. Yes, it could also be a recency bias, too. The past couple of games, they've been bad in the first, except for that one that you're talking about. Sorry, Eric, look at the results today. Well, it's 1-1. It's not. It's 1-1 and it's 13-6 in shots. It's like not great, but it's not the end of the world either. Max says they've seemed a little gun shy in the first lately. They do. They are like a little. They definitely. We've talked about this before. They don't shoot enough, and they do pass up. We talked about Bolduc earlier. Bolduc and Anderson on that 2-on-1. Bolduc should have been the guy to take the shot, not Anderson. That's a great example. And then every game we have, every game we have Uri passing up a couple. We have Uri passing. Oh, Buffalo, not the score. Uh, sorry, look at the results. I know, but Buffalo are like they've only been really good for the last 3 months. Like I don't want to necessarily. I think they. I'm sure they're a very good team. I'm just saying that like I don't know if they're like the model franchise that I would be like. Why aren't the Habs the Sabres? Like the Sabres have only just recently become the Sabres. So I'm like not, you know, they're not like Tampa to me. Like Tampa is like a decade of excellence. Colorado is like Dallas. They're in it every year. Buffalo might go back to being trash next year. I don't think it's gonna happen, but like it could happen. Like it's just weird to me that Buffalo just all of a sudden got a new GM and like became very good. I think they're a good team. I think they'll stay good, but I'm saying that I don't know. Who knows? Karen says they had 19 shots on Tuesday and won 5-2. Yeah, they are like the one of the most talented offensive teams in the league, but they ought to shoot more. They do pass up shots. I think other teams come out super aggressively against the Habs, but luckily they don't seem to be able to sustain it later. That might be I mean, that might be the strategy. Come out hard against the Habs, especially on the road when other teams are on the road. They come to the Bell Center. You want to shut the Bell Center up as soon as possible. Agree with you again. If you want to go that route, explain the Leafs. Why the Leafs are all of a sudden, well, because they lost Marner. The Leafs are bad because they lost Marner, and he was like a big chunk of that team. And they replaced him with a bunch of bad old players. And they were like, oh, we're just going to add like Brandon Carlo and somehow be good. They have a bad GM. They have a bad GM that made a bunch of bad personnel decisions. That's why the Leafs are bad. I don't think the Leafs are going to be good ever again, frankly. That's my prediction. They're done. Buffalo's D is stacked. Good depth at forward and good goaltending. They've won 4 or 5 in a row when they fired their GM. Yeah, maybe. Hey, maybe. I look. They have had a lot of draft picks, um, over the years, so it's like about time that they finally started like cooking with all that they had. So we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see. I mean, we're gonna see the real Buffalo in the playoffs. I Obviously, I want the Habs to go far, but part of me is also very intrigued about a Tampa versus Buffalo series, like the new East versus the old East. Pimfesh says, we're just inconsistent. We're a young team, not just young in age, but young in experience. Like our second line is made up of 2 rookies, and we have done this well. It's a very good point. And our veterans are like not able to carry this team, right? We have like Gallagher and Dano bringing up most of our experience, but like they can't play that much. Karen with a very important question. What do I think of the new Mike Chirona commercial? I like the old one much better. Yes, is this new today, the Macarena one? I had never heard that one before. I saw the Macarena one, and yeah. I mean, you're never going to beat like My Sharona. It's just the perfect song for it. I think they should have just made a different commercial with this, like a remixed version of the same song. Another song kind of robs it of its fun. Okay, on to goalie saving the team. Jake Allen going strong on a bad team. How are the Devils this bad this season? I haven't watched the Devils much. I know Jack's been hurt. I know Luke's been hurt. But why are they so bad? They were supposed to be like, along with the Canadiens, a team that is supposed to be like hitting their stride here. And now it looks like New Jersey's staring down another retool. They're probably going to fire their GM and like try this again. It's crazy to me. I can't believe that this is happening. What the heck happened to the Devils? Is it just a matter of like they need Hughes to be healthy and they'll be fine? I don't know. Really strange. The Devils. Lots of weird stuff this season. Obviously. Uh, you know, no Florida's out of it. Winnipeg went from being like the best team to like the worst team. Allen 262-909. I mean, should they have kept Allen and traded Montembeau at the time when they had the three goalies, or should they just never have bothered with Caden Primo? Were they barking up the wrong tree with Caden? Easy to say now with hindsight that Caden was no good, uh, but there were red flags. There were red flags. I think they respected his AHL play pretty good, but there were signs that he wasn't going to be able to cut it. The problem in the NHL is the NHL is good. And if you let your guard down or can't get your act together in time, you are done, especially in the East. Yeah, I feel like the Devils. And this is why I'm like, when people talk about sort of adding like a Nazem Kadri or something, I get like a little worried because I feel like with the Devils, they added like Palat and they got like Mayer's like kind of not like as good as they thought he'd be. Like they like Markstrom super expensive and he's not playing well. Like I feel like the Devils kind of jumped on some veterans a little too early. I can't remember the exact chronology of getting Hamilton, but like Hamilton's another guy that like makes a lot of money and is probably not as good as they think he is. So, but you're right. And the Habs need to be very conscious of this. I'm not saying the window is super open right now, but they don't want to wait too long to jump. But they don't want to go too early either and get like saddled with a bunch of bad contracts. Bob says, I'd rather face the Sabres than the Bolts. The Bolts are experienced, tough, and seem to handle us most of the time. Sabres haven't been in the playoffs for 14 years. They might not be ready for the pressure. I think so. The one thing that I'll say is that Hedman is out now. He's on a personal leave. I don't know what's going on with him, but I just don't want to face Kucherov in the playoffs. The one thing that Tampa has that Buffalo doesn't have is Kucherov, who is just like can single hand. We've watched him and we know that he can single handedly beat the Habs. And I don't know if Buffalo has anybody that good. Is there a chance the playoff seeding situation Pacific will ever become fairer? This I mean last year the Habs got in with not a lot of points. So it kind of jumps from year to year. But yes, this year the Atlantic is like far and away the best division, and the Pacific is far and away like a big joke. But you know, I think in the law, like in averages, it sort of works itself out. CJ really needs to shave that awful scruff hanging from his chin. So do I. I'm very sorry. I literally have the all my shaving equipment out. I was gonna do it before the game tonight, and I did not. I got a little delayed, and then I was not able to. Maybe I'll take 10 minutes in the second intermission. I'll just take a little quick shave and come back. I do not like having this much scruff. I don't like it. So I know you're talking about CJ, but it applies to me as well. You mean Chris Johnson, right? Yes, he is a very scraggly beard. I don't like his beard. I'll sue the NHL for a fix if the Leafs win the lottery. Yeah, they got to give it to Vancouver, man. That pathetic team. Do it for Roger Parmar. Let Roger Parmar have a guy to be excited about. Or Vasilevsky in nets, especially in the playoffs. Vasilevsky's been weird because he's like not always healthy nowadays. Like I feel like last year wasn't very good. He wasn't healthy. He's getting on in that age where if he's healthy, I'm worried about him. If he's not healthy, then. But so far so good, right? Yeah, Roger. I even forgot about Roger. He can log into YouTube if he wants. Come find us. Most likely, the Leafs pick will go to the Bruins. Yes. What's the rule about that? Who has control of that pick? Oh, by the way, it's a 70 points for our old buddy Lane Hudson tonight. So that's not bad. We're back for the second period. If the Leafs get the top five, they get the pick. After that, it goes to the Bruins. Oh, then they're definitely gonna. There's definitely gonna be, what do they call it? The old cold envelope, the David Stern cold envelope. I miss Michael Way and his game day trivia. I know we gotta get him back. I'll give you an update on that later, maybe. Pivash says people are talking about who they prefer in the playoffs, but they haven't qualified yet. That is true. You don't want to count your chickens before they've hatched. If the Habs slide down to the wild card, they might get Carolina. Well, that would be a preferred. Not that I would advocate that they purposely like drop in the standings to get there, but I would prefer Carolina. But maybe I shouldn't. They're pretty good too. Everybody thinks everything is rigged for everyone except them. People think the fix is in for the Leafs. Leafs think NHL is against them. Yes, that is yes, the lottery is ultimately the lottery. I don't think they do anything. I don't think the NHL cares that much, really. Especially this year. I don't think there's like a surefire elite player out there. Trust me, if the NHL was serious about cold envelopes and all that, I don't think they would have let Connor McDavid go to the Oilers. Just saying. Leafs are doing well since Matthews got injured. They're not supposed to be doing well. They're supposed to be losing, but goes to show what kind of leader he is. Oh, Dobson with a nice shot from the points. Nearly made its way through traffic. Florida is doing the tank right by sitting their vets till next year. Oh my god, could you imagine if like Gavin McKenna or somebody goes to the the Panthers, and then they get to go again with a healthy Barkov next year. That would be smart. All right, a bit of a slow start here, but Carrier trying the zone entry to Veleno. Veleno goes smashes his guy in the corner, but same old story for the Habs, man. Tonight they're kind of not really able to get the puck super deep. Canadiens may need a big Leafs win against the Sens in the last game of the year. Crazy times. Yeah, the Leafs going to do us a solid. Do it. All right. Puck in deep again. Man, Grievous plays it fast, though. And it's out of the zone again. Just a whole lot of nothing so far in this period. There's only, what, one shot total? It's by the Habs. We're 4 minutes in. But then again, I think after the way the first period went, you guys will appreciate maybe a little more of an uneventful start. But now, nice giveaway at the point by. Hey, now we got a chance for the Habs to come in here. Nice play for the top line here. But Slavkovsky loses it and blows a tire. Nice defensive work by Cole Sillinger. All right. Well, Columbus moving puck up the ice, and they immediately lose it, man. We got more neutrals on. Hey, now we got a giveaway. Can Suzuki get a pass? Suzuki can't thread the pass under the Columbus defenseman. He had Newhook at the other end there. And then Struble with a big 90-mile-per-hour slap shot, but it doesn't go by. So we know that Hughes will be going after. Oh, big giveaway to Columbus, but they don't score. We know Hughes will be going after D-men in the offseason, but it's looking really good for offense. Third in goals for this special for the youngest team in the league. Yeah, the offense is blazing. They still need a second line, although I don't think they need like a pure. Well, Wood is the Anderson of Columbus. Big guy, good skater, can hit, but doesn't have the best hands in the world. Yeah, Gudbranson with a real old school slide to block the 2-on-1. Suzuki trying to cut across, find Newhook, but could not get it past a big sliding Eric Gudbranson. Yeah, Hughes going after D-men in the offseason is interesting because he's got Engstrom Reinbacher coming in. So the question is, do you make room for them? Do you try to add a veteran? Does somebody get shot out of the mix? A couple weeks ago, I was like, man, there's so many left defensemen. I'm like, at a certain point, does Kane Gooley end up on the chopping block? But he's played really well the last few games, and I think he's sort of reminds you that why they signed him to a long-term deal in the first place. Too many giveaways, Ryan says. Kelly says overpassing. Yeah. Would have loved to see Suzuki. I mean, once Gudbranson kind of was in his kitchen, he should have just tried to shoot it. Oh, nice passing, Marchenko. Oy, oy, oy. Dobesh was way out of his net. That was some real nice passing by Marchenko in some real tight spaces, but Demidov's knocked down, but neither of these teams are exhibiting playoff style hockey. It's pretty dull. Oh, the puck was Kapanen right on the doorstep. The goalie was way out of his net. He was definitely not there. It was a wide open net, but the puck just hopped over his stick. Oh, nice quick shot by Matheson to keep that play alive. Zach Werenski, who I think just based on point totals, I think is probably going to be the Norris winner this year. He's having a great season, second like consecutive amazing season, and this is now the second. This is so the Columbus did this earlier. Now the Marchman did it earlier. Now the Habs did it where they just send a puck back to the point, but they like totally miss, and it goes all the way down the ice. And the only difference is this time the Habs are actually able to get the puck back in right away. Yeah, that's where I want to see Bolduc take a shot in the high slot like that, but nobody was there to grab the rebound. Forget the Arbor Struble issue. You have Reinbacher and Engstrom. The one that's up for trade to make room is Carrier. So here's the thing about Carrier that's interesting to me. Carrier is under contract for one more year. By the way, we've got a little skirmish here at the bench, but I don't think anything's going to come of it. Reinbacher, Engstrom are coming up. They both play the right side. Reinbacher naturally, and Engstrom is like a weird opposite guy. Um, but maybe once he makes the pros, he's not an opposite guy anymore. I have noticed that happen sometimes. But the one that's up for trade to make room is Carrier. So there's 1 year left in Carrier's deal. So he's nice insurance to have if one of those guys isn't totally ready. You can have Carrier there. But I do think Arbor and Struble are you gotta have one, and even then, neither. They're both the seventh. They would be the seventh and eighth in that scenario, or even ninth if Engstrom's like ready to go. Looks like Columbus is going to get a. No, Miles Wood is going to go. So it's going to be a 4-on-4. Well, I think this helps the Habs a little bit. I feel like a little more open ice. Columbus has been pretty physical tonight. It's 14-12 in hits, Columbus, but Columbus is a pretty heavy team. Carrier, Struble, and Arbor might not have a roster spot next year. It's getting to that point. I think Carrier becomes the last guy next year, and then hopefully Reinbacher and Engstrom take a step forward, and then he's out. We need kick. We need to kick it in that next year. We have no jump so far. Yeah, 4-on-4 is a good chance to. There has to be a Blue Jackets player going as well. Yeah, right now they say. Oh shoot! It looks like it might be a 5-on-4 because they initially gave 2 minutes to Evans and 2 minutes to Wood, but now it's looking like they're giving Evans a double minor. So hold on, it might be. No, it is a 5. It is a 4-on-4. Okay, sorry, they did not give a double minor to Evans. It is indeed a 4-on-4. It's a 4-on-4. You guys talking about Logan Mailloux. People were quick to say we won the trade. Logan was and is a great potential. He's on top 4 and plus 6. Both are young and will be fine. That's how I feel too. I feel like they're both young and will be fine. Is how I would describe them both. Yeah, Bolduc is fine. That's exactly it. It's gonna be a good top 9 guy. People don't allow anyone to develop. That's I think the thing about Bolduc. I know. I feel like because he was traded for, they don't know his history as much. They see that he like almost scored 20 goals last year and they're like, oh, he's 20 goal scorer, but it was like a rookie season. It's a bit like Kapanen, right? I don't know if I think Kapanen is I don't think anyone's expecting him to be like a 20 goal man every year, but he hit it this year. But maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Max with I hope they extend Kirby Doc to a 7-year deal next year at 7.5 million per. No, you silly. You're being funny. Max, you're being a funny pants. I'm on to you. I'm on to you. They're gonna do it just because you said. All right. 90 seconds left of this 4-on-4. Al Wilson's man says, I was 10 when Bonus became an NHL coach, 88 for the Jets. I know, this guy, man, keeps on going, Rick Bonus. It's crazy. Logan is developing too and playing top pairing for the Blues. But you have to keep in mind that the Blues are tanking, right? So he's getting big tank minutes. But hey, he's playing well. I'm not discounting that, but you know. Mario Biscotti asks, does anyone know what our magic number is to secure a playoff spot? And Blue says 10. Well, there's what, only 14 games left? 15 games left? How many games are left? So basically, it's going to go down to the wire. Just stay tuned is the number. A lot of it will also depend on not Columbus, Ottawa and Detroit. They could play themselves out of here pretty fast. Detroit seems like they're playing themselves out of a playoff spot. That should cost Eiserman his job, right? Oh, that was a nice pass attempt to Evans, but he just missed it. 9,800 points to get it in this year. Might even be even more than that. Let's go, Habs. Pick it up, please. Canadiens are giving too much room. Yeah, Columbus seems like. I mean, Columbus hasn't done much this period, but they do seem like they have like room in the offensive zone. Whereas the Canadiens are kind of stuck on the outside. Ugh, icing. No. All right. Should have been an icing, but it's not. Didn't even touch the puck 4-on-4. Scared to touch a Blue Jacket. Yeah, that was a pretty what an uneventful 4-on-4. I was not expecting that. I was expecting the Habs to enjoy the extra room. All right, here we go. Hudson with the zone entry, and he's tried going for the rebound, but Greaves kicked it real far out. Pretty even game so far. Looks like a playoff game. I don't know if I call it a playoff game. It's kind of boring. It's like it is an even game. I do think it's a pretty even game, but like I don't know if I call it a playoff game. It feels like a very tentative game. Oh, there's a wide open chance, but Habs with a very nice chance. The Jano Gallagher line teaming up for something. Gallagher was kind of I thought it was Caulfield for a second. I was like, oh, he's like on the side of the net. He's got a great chance here. And I'm like, wait, that's not. It's like that's not the right small right-handed shot guy. That's Gallagher. And Greaves was able to come across. I like McDavid's quote about the Pacific being a pillow fight. That division is horrendous. Man, the comments that man, if I was an Oiler fan, I'd be depressed. They asked Connor McDavid about like John Cooper in Tampa, and he was like, "Oh, they're such a well coached team. Like it's nice to play. Nice to see a coach team that's actually well coached." And he just threw his coach under the bus. It was really funny. Habs just need to stick to their game plan for the second and third, just like the other night. Play the right way, and you'll be rewarded. It's even right now. It's even. They've tightened it up in the shot department. Like the Canadiens are in like a pretty decent spot right now after not starting off the game very well. So I do think that there's like a great opportunity here. Like I do think the Habs are in a good spot here to like take another step and end this game. Price on the podcast saying Fowler reminds him of any goalie like himself. Yes, he did say that. I thought was pretty surprising. I think they should bring back the top 8 in each conference because this is ridiculous. Yeah, the fans seem to be. It's funny. The fans seem to be asking for it. The players were asking for it, and then Bettman really threw cold water on that, as he often does. Okay, Canadians in the offensive zone here. Oh, puck that sent into traffic by Struble. Struble's shooting tonight. Love to see it. Struble sent the puck through traffic and ends up hitting the mesh, but Greaves definitely did not see it at any time. The funny thing is the matchups end up the same. Yeah, it's true. Well, it even things out a little bit when the like divisions are uneven like this year. I mean, it doesn't always work out that a division is so horrendous, but like still, yeah, exactly. Last year, the Canadians probably had a pretty decent chance if in the division, all things considered. Of course, they ended up facing Washington, but and then this year their division is a good division. Some people were thinking the Oilers were going to pull a New Jersey from back in the day and axe the coach with 12 games left, work for the Devils with Robinson. I think that's who it was. Yeah, I'm kind of I definitely thought it might happen, but they've gone through a lot of coaches that team. I think they just need to figure out what's up. Yeah, can you guys hear my dog? What a pain in the butt. I don't know what he wants. Oh, Caulfield split in the D, but he almost split the D. He didn't quite get through. All right, now the first line that we haven't seen much of tonight is getting settled in the offensive zone here. Oh, Suzuki with a bouncing shot. Didn't quite reach Greaves, though. And puck's already out. There's barely any sustained pressure tonight. It's brutal. Nice save, Dobesh on Gudbranson. It's 38-22 now in shot attempts for Columbus. So they still got a big lead in putting the puck towards the net. But the shots are only 16-12. The Canadiens also have 13 blocked shots. Mario Biscotti says, I have to admit, a name like Jet Greaves is pretty cool. Honestly, I think Mario Biscotti's a cool name. So I'll give it up to Mario Biscotti. Oh! Marchenko with a wide open net. Blasted it wide. Oy, oy, oy. That was a tough one. Canadiens really gave up a fat chance there. And Columbus did not score. Did not even hit the net. Columbus got a bit of a missing the net problem tonight. Canadiens have gotten lucky. But that Columbus still going strong in the zone, so Canadiens got to do something. They got to get it out. What's going on here? Everybody thought it was a. See, Mario, it was more of a game recognized game. You have a good name, so you recognized a good name. Do we have a? Yeah, we do have a Habs power play coming. Everybody thought it was because the play was just kind of leaving the zone. Um. Uh. Everybody thought it was a Habs penalty at first because it was in the zone. It was in the offensive zone for Columbus, but no, it was actually. Al says, "Never be a pain in the butt. I just have to put my boy down after 12 years for prostate cancer. He made it through having both eyes removed for glaucoma." This is your dog. I hope you're saying. You're my boy down. You assume you mean your dog. Well, very sorry to hear that, Al. My dog, as you can hear in the background, is very much alive. I will cherish, as annoying as he is, I will cherish him while he's with us. And yes, my condolences to you. 12 years is a good run, though. I hope you had lots of good memories, and you'll see him again on the Rainbow Road or whatever they call it, the Rainbow Bridge, hopefully. Yeah. Shout out to all the dogs. Shout out to all the dogs in the chat. My dog's in the chat. Maybe the power play will wake us up. We have no juice so far. And then Blue says, one of the best power plays in the league coming up. The power play runs hot and cold, but when it is hot, it is hot. And they also have Werenski in the box, and Werenski is their best player by a country mile. So this is a very good opportunity for the Habs. Yeah, very good opportunity with Werenski in the box. Can the Habs get something done here? They won the face-off. Suzuki trying to find an opening here. Finds Caulfield. Oh, Slav with a really nice shot. It was left right on the doorstep. Oh, man, that was a really nice shot by Slavkovsky. It probably missed the net by like an inch. Very nice chance by Slafkovsky. The bumper on the power play. But now we're about to kill about a minute so far. They had the one chance though, so they're not. It's not a total waste so far. We'll see what happens. Oh, how about it? Suzuki across to Caulfield, basically almost at the goal line, and Caulfield missed. And he's looking up at the screen. He doesn't know he missed this one. What a passing play! Oh my god. How can I stream the game for free? Alan Wiseman asks. Well, I won't advocate necessarily watching the game outside of the official providers. I will turn a blind eye if somebody wants to post a link in the chat. I don't have one, unfortunately, Alan. Sorry, I don't have one. I'm watching on RDS tonight. There are a couple of scuzzy Russian bot sites if you want to try your luck. And then, of course, you can also listen on the radio on TSN 690. Our pals on the radio will have the game. You can listen. Tic Tac, no, I like that. VIP box, yeah, you gotta have one of those like Roku boxes or something like that. That's all the people I know have one of those, and then they can just watch it whatever. I don't have one, but that's the move over trying to find some link on the internet. Unfortunately, they're too good now at blocking those internet ones. Back to 5-on-5. Habs had their chances. They had two really, really good chances on that power play. I can't. Those were perfectly executed. What can you do? When you listen on the radio, you realize how hockey on the TV changed fandom. Oh, that's really interesting. That's a really interesting point. Would love to have you elaborate on that a little bit. I listen on the radio sometimes in the car. I'll listen to the game, and you're right. I find it like when someone's really good at it, it's fun. It's very illustrative. Marchment breakaway robbed. What a save. Oh, nice try to get it to Anderson, but we're offside. What a save by Jakub Dobish. So there's a little under 2 minutes left in the second period. Marchman, I think, is wondering why there wasn't a penalty on the play. I think he thinks he got tangled up with Carey, but it looks like Carey only tangled up with him after the shots, and what you're allowed to do. Ooh, Slafkovsky, oh, nice try. The first line doing it. Slafkovsky almost gave it away, but the Canadiens ended up getting a nice chance out of that. Biscotti says, you have the best doing TV and radio, makes you have to imagine. It's better than nothing, but still. You know what? I will say that the last great radio guy was when Dan Robertson was doing TSN 690. I was listening to him and I was like, man, I this is better than TV. I was definitely occasionally. I remember when like John Bartlett moved over, and John Bartlett was good, but like when John Bartlett had moved over, I actually did occasionally listen on the radio to Robertson with the TV on mute. Not as an indictment of Bartlett. I think Bartlett's good, but Dan Robertson is so good that I did that. That's probably the last time I really like listened to it on radio. Everybody tells me Martin McGuire is fantastic on 98.5. Brandon Kelly's always telling me I should listen to Martin McGuire. That he's the best in the biz right now. If anybody listens to 98.5, let me know. Would love to know your thoughts on that. 30 seconds left, and Columbus are pressing. I don't know if the Canadiens are going to try to get one more chance here. What a terrible play. What the heck was that, guys? Who ices the puck with 20 seconds to go? There's 20 seconds to go. Just hold on to it. Just sit on the puck. Ay, ay, ay. If this costs them a goal, I'm going to be so mad. Because that was a brain dead play. And the Jackets win the faceoff. And they get the puck back. Puck in the corner with 17 to go. No. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. One still. This game is tight. Tight, 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 tight. Scary finish. Wow. No wonder I have high blood pressure. Yeah, you're telling me. Growing up back east in PEI, I learned most of my French from listening to Habs on French radio during the weekday games. The only way I could follow them. Hey, there's no better way to learn another language, I say. Even game. It's going to be a good third period. Robert agrees with Kelly that it was a scary finish. Pimfash says, we look uninspired, not sharp, and lazy. Columbus are playing their game, and we just aren't working. Tied 1-1, though. Not too bad. Been standard practice for most Habs game. Once again, it's the third and Mr. Thursday night. I wonder how Price feels about seeing this team finally have scoring. I think Price is getting used to the Canadiens we're seeing tonight, the one that hangs Dobesh out to dry a little too much. Not a great period, but we're making mistakes and we can't score. Come on, boys. Pitter patter. Let's get at her. Robert says, yo, we need this one. Fan from Cali. We love our Cali friends. I hope you're enjoying some nice weather. It's not very nice here today in Montreal, I'll tell you that much. Pretty rainy and wet. Giveaways galore, losing every wall battle. Missed passes, offsides, and a late icing. That was a bad late icing. Just not in sync, and they look uninterested. One more period, but Columbus are playing the perfect road game. You know what, though? It's 1-1, and if Canadiens can somehow turn the momentum in the third and win it, Columbus are going to be they're going to be mad at themselves because I think Columbus did have plenty of chances to put this game away, and they have not. And they've left it wide open for the Canadiens to do what they've been doing all season, which is just get hot in the third and win. Mario had a Five Guys burger today, and it hit the spot. Robert says that Five Guys is overpriced and that In-N-Out is better. But, Robert, we don't live in California. We can't get In-N-Out. You can't tempt us like this. It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm not allowed to have In-N-Out. I can't go to California. So, I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I wouldn't go for just a burger. So sometimes you just got to. Karen loves Five Guys. Sometimes just Five Guys is just what we got. You know what I mean? I like Five Guys. I like Shake Shack. We don't have a Shake Shack here. I like Shake Shack. You can let me know your favorite burger in the chat if you want. I think the best Montreal burger is for like a chain burger kind of thing is Uniburger. Uniburger makes a very nice hamburger. I'm not talking about the like super fancy burgers or whatever, but like just like a regular burger. I like the Uniburger. Al says we need 2 points, even if we let Columbus get one. That's it. The thing about Columbus is that it doesn't. It's nice to get the 2 points and they get no points, but as long as the Canadiens are ahead, so as long as they keep getting 2 points, those teams that are like Detroit and stuff will fall back enough. Time for Captain Nick to get going. Funny how some still love Bergevin and point out that he traded for Nick. They forget that Bergevin wanted Cody Glass instead. Hey, some of the best decisions you make in life are weird mistakes that were foisted upon you. You just gotta take the win sometimes. I will say it was all Bergie's idea to sign that contract though, the Suzuki contract, which is one of the best in the league right now. It's overpriced. Steamy and a poutine is all I need, but a treat here and there is nice. You got to treat yourself, guys. Life is short. I know. I know sometimes the bank account is empty and you got your like long-term goals and all that. And I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta go eat the burger. You know. Sometimes you don't get to eat Sometimes you don't get to eat another burger in life. You just gotta eat the burger. Unless you're like crazy broke. If you're crazy broke, then maybe don't eat a burger. But if you're like if you're a little broke, you can do it. 14, 19 shots. Yeah, it's not like crazy. I don't think that Columbus has dominated this game. Columbus has been like okay. No, Robert. Putin, not Putin. Putin. It's a different thing. It's our guy. Robert says, I can't live in Canada. It's way too cold. It is way too cold. It's 80 Fahrenheit, you're saying. Robert, like 80 Fahrenheit, In-N-Out burger. You're killing me right now. You're just killing me right now. At least we have poutine. You don't have that. You have the other one. All right. Do I look at the money puck? Let me look at money puck for you guys. Okay. The Widowmeter was inconclusive. 50.19. So this fits coin flip. Tonight's a coin flip, guys. Tonight is a freaking coin flip. Al says, I loved an A&W burger. A nice but simple but tasty. I used to love the A&W, and I feel like the last couple times I went to the A&W was not as good as I remember it. I feel like A&W's gone down a bit. Al, maybe you don't feel the same way. Maybe your A&W is good, but the A&W near me was not as hot. I don't know. Rick says the Orange Julep. Hey, I live near the Orange Julep, and let me tell you, life is good. It's too good. I can't go too often. It's addictive. But I do go to the Orange. I do live near the Orange Julep, and I do go to the Orange Julep, and the Orange Julep is fantastic. Plus, you get to go, and it's a lovely place to go to. Sometimes people like order it like on Uber Eats, and I'm like, the whole point of going is to park under the giant orange and enjoy it. You know what I mean? I like Timmy's and Old Montreal. Old Montreal is gorgeous. Old Montreal is the best. My in-laws live in Old Montreal. It's lovely to go visit them. As you guys know, as you longtime devotees of the show will know that I live in Côte Saint Luc currently. I lived in NDG for a decade. Originally from the West Island, so West Island to NDG. Now I'm in Côte Saint Luc. I'm living the full Anglophone, the Montreal Anglophone experience. Downtown Montreal is so pretty. See, all the locals complain that downtown Montreal is all like sad and dirty and gross. But then people come to visit and they're like, it's so nice. I think it's nice. You gotta have like, I think when you live in a place every day, you like see the like garbage in the corner. You see the like the abandoned building, and you look at it and you're like, I don't know. But when you like come and visit and you have like more of a worldly view of what you're looking at, you're like, oh, this is actually a really beautiful place. I think Montreal locals are very hard on Montreal, and I don't think it's as bad as they think. The carry is a living hell, though. Well, that's true. That's true. I'll give you that much. The carry is the worst. I live near there. I used to have to drive there a lot, work wise, and that was hell. I did not like it. Garbage. Try downtown San Diego. There's more garbage in San Diego than Montreal. Wow. I'm kind of shocked. Everybody always talks about Montreal about being this like garbage filled nightmare. And then other people say like no, like my town is full of garbage. So I think we're just all full of garbage. Well, we pay high taxes and our city is never finished. That's true, but I will say that our taxes go to the province and federally primarily. Our city taxes, I don't think they're pretty bad, but they're not like so bad. And then the provincial taxes are the bad ones. And then the people in charge of Quebec right now, they're not giving the money to Montreal. I'll tell you that much. So it's a bit of a tricky. You missed my earlier question. I did. Does NDG Luncheonette on Fielding still exist? Yes, it does. Yes, it does still exist. It's great. It's cash only. Who doesn't love a good cash only restaurant? Wow, I'm learning a lot about San Diego tonight. That there's more garbage in San Diego than Montreal. That's wild. Robert, you should write a letter to the editor for the Montreal Gazette. We need to get your perspective in because people keep complaining about how much garbage there is in Montreal, but you're telling me that there's even more in San Diego. Actually, Montreal is cleaner than most. Karen says, "Wow, you guys are like bringing so much positivity to this chat tonight. I love it." I'm loving this. I'm loving the Montreal love. It's a great place to be. How about the green spot near Atwater Market? Still there. Still there. I go there. Um, I go to the green spot and I get the poutine and I get I get like 8 coffees because it's diner coffee, right? So you just drink like 50 coffees with my poutine. I love it. California is beaches. Robert is correct. We have a beach. We have Verdun Beach, but it's dangerous. People don't like it. I don't get back to Montreal often. Harry says, "Hi, Harry." By the way, but when I do, it's the Mountain and the Blues Fest, Jazz Fest. You mean? They announced a lineup today. By the way, go check it out. Al says, honestly, a lot of California is a shithole. Damn. Where were you guys when the Cabs were playing the Sharks and we're all mad that they were losing? This would have been helpful then. When your mom is from Tokyo, you realize what a clean city is. Yeah, I got the chance to visit Tokyo in 2019, and holy crap, that's a clean city. Tokyo's clean. We're never going to be Tokyo. That's okay. No one will ever be Tokyo. If only Montreal had San Diego weather. If Montreal had San Diego weather, the population of Montreal would be 50 million and no one would ever leave and everyone would be so happy. The weather is the one thing that keeps it only for the hardcores. Stockholm is super nice as well. It's where, well, my family's from northern Sweden, but I have also visited Stockholm. Stockholm is amazing. My parents ate at Green Spot once a week for over 30 years. They'd sit down, same server, same meal. They both lived in South Bolton, then Knowlton. Oh, we're back. Goodness gracious. When I was there earlier this month, I saw a lineup for a Palm Bakery booth at Central Station. What was that all about? I have no idea. Why would anybody be excited about Palm Bakery? You can get Palm stuff anywhere. Sorry, I can't tell you. Must have been a promotional thing. Next goal wins. Hey, that's how the Habs like to roll. Harry says they're gonna come out strong, or do you have to suffer 20 minutes of Habs playing for a point in overtime? Yeah, we'll see. All right, first line taking a little step back here. They're going to be able to get something going. I don't know. All right, Matson up the ice here. Matson at the 298 point mark in his career. Oh, nice centering pass, but very hot pass. A little too much. And the Habs once again stuck in their zone. Hudson got the puck behind the net, tried to send it, tried to clear it along the boards for Struble, and then Struble didn't collect it. And now we're stuck in the zone. Like it just, it's ridiculous. This like Struble thing, this Struble experiment must end. Struble's trying to get Garland to give up the puck behind the net, and is he going to succeed? Finally, no, he gives it away at the point. I'm not happy about that. That little flip at the end, right to the Columbus player, when you're already on the ice for over a minute 30. This has to end. Call up Reinback. I'm done. I'm done with this. Call up Reinbacker or Bankstrom or somebody. This is why they were going to trade for Connor Murphy, which is the only trade rumor I truly believe. Habs, as you know, have a pretty tough schedule coming up. But you know what? It's schedule against teams that are not in the playoff race with them. So I think they might play a little more open. These games are a little tight, but you're meeting Nashville, and Nashville's playing hot right now. But like, you don't have as much skin in the game, which I think will actually help them. That's my theory, anyway. Oh, Gooley with a nice give and go at the point. Slap shot, and then Slavkovsky's in front of that. Oh, lots of room for Caulfield, but why does he? Should have shot that a little faster. That was that could have been a 2-on-1 for the Blue Jackets. But that was really nicely paid by the Habs. Oh, Evans, what a pass! And Zachary Bolduc! Zachary Bolduc! What a goal by Zachary Bolduc! His slump is over. He did it! Matheson with the awesome breakout the zone. Great play at Evans, man. Evans finds him across the ice. And you love to see it. Zachary Bolduc's been playing better late. Playing pretty good with Jakey Evans. And what a top corner. Oh, what a shot. Not that many guys in the league can do that. So the guys who scored tonight, Jane Struble hadn't scored all season. And now Zachary Bolduc busts out of a 31-game slump. Logan Mailloux, take that. Take that, Mailloux. No, I'm kidding. I don't care about Mailloux. 2-point night for Bolduc. Absolutely massive, massive, massive play. And the Olays are out, as you can imagine. And Veleno hitting guys behind the net. Nothing happened there, but he definitely brings a little physical element to the bottom six that the other guys don't. Unfreaking real. Of all the people to score tonight, we got Bolduc and Struble. I like this. Struble, Bolduc. My money's on Patrick Laine for the next goal. I know, right? Was that not the same spot as Struble? Bolduc got a little closer, but yes, basically beat Jeff Greaves the same way. Habs are playing a smart game. Need to keep it up. Go Habs, go! Looking good. Pittsburgh and Ottawa tied 3-3. That's an interesting one. Those are the kind of games you don't necessarily want to go 3 points. It would be nice if Pittsburgh could collect the 2 points on that one. Both goals, high short side, nice shots. We need that game to end in regulation, Blue says, of the Ottawa Pittsburgh game. Yeah, exactly. You don't want that one to be a 3 point game, or you'd rather not. Like this. Hey, James, by the way. Bolduc, Monsieur Jeudi Soir. I like it. Harry, exactly my thought as well. Both shots. Oh yeah, we already got through that one. Already talked about that one. But yeah, okay. I mean, this is exactly what we were talking about earlier. That the Canadiens didn't have like the greatest start, and they weren't that great in the second period either. But like they hung in there, and now they're leading. And it's look at Veleno just manhandle Matichuk. 'Do you guys think the Habs would rather have Veleno than like a Texier in the lineup in the playoffs because of Veleno bringing more of a physical edge to the lineup? 11:40 to go in the third period. Habs are leading 2-1. Let's get the goal in there. I did not no, I did do that. Bolduc and Struble, your unlikely goal scorers. Shots are 20-16 Columbus. Here, a stat from Stu. So the Habs gave up 13 shots in the first period and only 7 shots since then. This team, I mean, once again, another slow start, but you can't argue with where they're at now. Like they've played their way back in this game. It's not ideal, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to be happy with the result if they can hold on. But yeah. Ooh, Fantilli knocks into Dobesh. Dobesh looks all right, though. Nice passing from Columbus, but not able to get anything done. All right, we're at 8:50 left. Canadians are kind of sitting back a little bit now. Columbus going on a little too hard in the zone. Warinsky tried to from below the goal line try to surprise Dobich, and he definitely did, but I don't think there was any angle to other than like a lucky bank shot. I don't think anything was going on there. Okay, now Habs are back in the zone. Can nice deflection in front. I mean, again, we've got Bolduc in the corner, just like hammering guys. You love to see it. Him and Evans and Anderson are having a great night tonight. Anderson's looking healthy again. See, this is where Bolduc becomes like a pretty interesting player. I know we're talking about the offense hasn't been there, but nobody hits more. Nobody hits more on this Habs team than at forward than Zach Bolduc. Ooh, Severson's looking hurt. So the Jackets have lost somebody pretty big here off a hit from Zach Bolduc. Bolduc ran into Severson pretty hard with a full head of steam. And the thing about Severson is he didn't fall. Clearly, something with his shoulder didn't look good. He's back in the dressing room. Big potential break for the Habs here that Columbus lose one of their big defensemen. There's just under 8 minutes to go. Bolduc needs to use his weight more in general to play his game. He has a nice shot. See, this is where I think him being young is kind of a thing. He's not like fully filled out. He's already hitting guys left and right, but he's still like a little skinny. He's not like full, man sized yet. So I think that's going to come over time. But the fact that he's already going into corners, just hitting guys left and right, really positive sign. Bolduc playing a heavy game, looking good. Yeah, he's looking good tonight. You didn't miss a thing. Yeah, you got to go to. I mean, sometimes the second period's exciting, but today's second period was not exciting. Get to the good part. Oof, Marchenko's just flying tonight. Good player. Ooh, Gudbranson with a nice point shot, and then Dobish was pretty deep in his net compared to usual, but he still kicked it out okay. Oh, Fantilli, who I can't say I've been like super impressed with tonight. He's okay. He's not like I felt like when he was drafted, everyone was like, "Oh, Habs missed out on this like elite guy." And from that draft, he's looking like good. He's going to be a good player, but I don't know if he's that hit on Demidov in the first was dirty. That is definitely what the people at the Bell Center were thinking. They were pretty upset there was no call. In the playoffs, most of the time, it's a few role players who get hot and lead you to big wins. So it'd be nice to see Bolduc, Evans, Anderson line step up. Yeah, those are going to be guys that are going to be counted on big time in the playoffs. Palm ain't what it used to be. Like the bread, you mean? The bread palm? Yeah, it's not as good. This is the thing about bread that I find interesting nowadays. I It doesn't get moldy anymore. Like it gets bad, but it doesn't mold. Like a couple months ago, I had left a palm. You know when there's like one slice left? There was one slice left, and I totally forgot about it. It was in the cupboard. And then one day I pulled it out. I was cleaning the cupboard and I pulled it out, and it was like fine. Like it looked fine. It was like all hardened, and it wasn't like you couldn't eat it anymore. But like there was no mold on it. And I was like, fuck, it'd been in the cupboard for like 2 months. It's bread today, man. It's full of stuff. TSN lists Bolduc at 187. He plays like he's heavier. Yeah, he's only 6 feet. 187 is probably I don't think it's so much about like gaining weight so much as just like not having like kid weight anymore. I feel like he can bulk up a little. I feel safe when Matheson's on the ice. Broken sticks and all, Karen says. I don't as much. He's good. No, he's good. He's good. He plays very tough. I will say, Matheson plays very tough matchups and mostly comes out winning. Real bread should be moldy in 3 days. We make our own. Yeah, exactly, right? But when you buy Palm, it's good for like forever. Not forever, but like a long time. The other, my neighbor just made me a sourdough. I'm gonna get to that after this game. I'm very excited. My neighbor also made me some cornbread. Isn't that nice? It's nice to know the people in your building. They make you good things. Robert says, "Can we hold on to this lead?" It's so tight right now. It is 2-1 Habs with 6:11 to go in the third period. Shots are 22-17 Columbus. Jakub Dobeš had a great night. And Zachary Bolduc is your hero on offense. He's got a goal and assist and 3 hits. He's playing great. The Canadiens role players are having a big night. The first line has not contributed on offense at all tonight. Hudson's the only big name guy who's got a point. And that point, by the way, for Lane Hudson was his 70th point of the season. He has now 70 points. He didn't even get 70 last year. He's already better. He's already better than last year. Ryan Katz says we need an insurance goal. Sure do. I wonder how. I mean, I don't think Columbus are ready to pull their goalie yet, but maybe they ought to think about it. Mario says, I don't know why Strubal's on this team. I'm not saying Jack Guy's better, but at least he hits hard and brings energy. They need. I'm just like totally on the Reinbacker. Just call up Reinbacker. Get the right-handed shot in there. Let's stop pretending that Struble can play with Hudson. It can't happen. Center Ice just lost the feed. Oh, well, I'll keep you as up to date as I humanly can at the speed that I humanly can. That sucks. Calcium propionate was a natural ingredient used to prolong bread expectancy by a few days, and now it's all additives. Yeah, it's all Wonder Bread now, right? Dobeš and Bolduc, they're the heroes tonight. Can there be? Well, who's the next hero going to be? It's 2-1 Habs. Oh, Werenski's knocked over Dobeš completely. And here we go. Lane Hudson is not having it. Kappen is not having it. Dobeš is down. Don't worry, guys. Dobeš, big guy. Dobeš not getting hurt. Dobeš was milking that a little bit, as you should when you're the goalie. He's good, but Werenski just ran him, and Werenski, who does not get enough, or wasn't Werenski, it was Jenner. All right, it's Jenner to the box. Canadiens power play coming up. This is the power play to end all power plays. 5:16 to play. The Canadiens are on the power play. Boone Jenner. I thought it was Werenski. It's Boone Jenner. Boone Jenner ran Dobeš, and Lane Hudson came to his goalie's aid right away. Off we go here. Canes get the puck back. How about it? Nice try to Slavkovsky the bumper, but fanned on it. Can they keep it in? They do keep it in. Two straight passes to Demidov where he just couldn't handle it. They were just a little hot, those passes. How about now? Oh, Suzuki with the one-timer off the really nice tic-tac-toe. Ah, big chance for Suzuki. And that was a real nice opening minute to this power play. Couldn't get it. They're gonna call timeout here. They're gonna keep the top guys out here. Or they're just gonna keep them out. I guess they didn't move too much. Yeah, no. Let's keep the timeout. I told you guys. Smart move. I told you they were gonna do this. Smart move. Habs timeout. I do think Dobesh shoulder hard. Yeah, but that's what goalie's supposed to do. The goalie's the only guy who's allowed to dive. Because you're not supposed to be getting in the goalie's kitchen like that. All right. Okay. Habs win the face-off again. They're getting Columbus getting. Columbus does clear. There's 53 seconds left on the power play. Provorov, big man. All right, here we go. Lane Hudson gets in. Cut the D, but ran out of room and wasn't able to slide it under Jet Greaves. But we got another offensive zone faceoff with 41 seconds to go in the power play. Okay. How about it? Bad pass. All right, Canadiens got to regroup. There's 31 seconds left on the power play. It's kind of their last chance here. Can they? Oh, Hudson gets in, splits everybody, but he's looking for a guy to pass to. He can't find anybody. All right, 17 seconds left. Can Slavkovsky get something done here? Tons of room. How about it, Caulfield? Caulfield, two chances. Oh, man. Two chances for Caulfield. How did he not put that one in? He always puts those in. Right at the tail end of this power play. First save, great save, Greaves. And the second one, puck's just kind of bouncing. Oh, that first one, I can't believe Greaves stopped it. And then the second one, Caulfield can't believe it. It's now 22-20 in shots. I'm watching the game on Prime. It's over. What do you mean it's over? The game is over? Do you live in the future? Really? It's already tied? Well, now the Columbus Blue Jackets have. No, are you sure? I don't think so. The puck is out of the zone. Even NHL.com doesn't say it's 2-2. Are you sure, Rick? Rick, you're being weird. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that even NHL.com which is usually super up to date, and then my RDS feed is even more up to date, and it says it's not. Like, how much in the future are you? Sorry, that was a replay. God, you're freaking everybody out. We all thought that you like entered a time machine and went to the future. Rick, if you have access to a time machine, you have to share with all of us. Ooh. Scramble in front of Dobesh. Oh my god, what a pad save by Dobesh. Very calmly stuck out the pad. Canadiens got to get this out. How about it? Oh! But Slafkovsky is able to at least kill the icing, and there's 1:36 left. Look at Slafkovsky's beat. Why didn't Bonus pull the goalie? I'm a little surprised Bonus didn't pull the goalie earlier when the puck was in the offensive zone. Seems a little late now. Now they really just kind of got like one rush here in them. Habs, man, a little weak on the boards there. Are they going to pay the price? I mean, the Canadiens have been relentless on the puck now in this last couple of minutes. But now Columbus are able to settle. They got an extra man, 46 seconds. Dobesh with a nice save. Oh my god! It was right on the doorstep and Dobesh stuck out his glove. How did Dobesh keep that out? I've never seen... The puck was wide open for the Columbus player right at the doorstep, and Dobesh stuck out his arm. And we have an icing call with 8 seconds left, but I got to see that replay. How did Dobesh keep that out? Oh my god. Unbelievable. What do we got here? With about 40 seconds left, Dobesh cross-checks Coyle in front. Love it. And there's the puck at the doorstep. No, Dobesh didn't make the save. So it wasn't, I mean, Dobesh did plenty on that shift, but it looks like on that play in particular, Mason Marchment fanned on it. This game is tight. 2-1. Unbelievable. Oh boy. You guys were talking about blood pressure earlier? Feeling the blood pressure. My blood pressure right now is over through the roof. Doby. 25 saves tonight and a lot of big ones. So it wasn't a 41 save performance tonight for Dobesh, but he was called on just as much to keep this game alive. He is now 8 seconds away from, I don't know how it stayed out, magic. Looked like Jake Evans, to be honest. Looked like Jake Evans was the guy who was able to stymie Marchment just enough. 8 seconds away from Dobesh honestly stealing 4 points in the tightest playoff race you can imagine. Habs got 8 seconds. They won the faceoff. Keep it. Come on. Channel David Savard here. We're done. We are done. What a win. That's that. That's 4 points that Dobesh has just taken from Columbus and Carolina. What a week he's having. What a week for Dobesh. What a week for the Habs. They were reeling after a not very good performance on the weekend, and they have come back with two excellent wins, massive wins. The goalie kept them in it, but they scored enough. They did just enough. Doesn't matter how you win them sometimes, just that you win them. And the Canadiens have made a big statement in the Eastern Conference this week. They are hanging in there. That was an ugly win, as Bob calls it. But you know what? You guys want to talk about like holding it down in the final couple minutes to hold to a win, playoff style? That was tonight. Are you here next game? I'm not 100%, but probably. I'm like almost definitely doing Saturday's game. It's just, I know that I bailed on Tuesday's game. I'm sorry. There was a plane crash. I had to do it. But the plan is to do Saturday's game. I will say there's one thing and I did want to tell you guys. I know you guys ask about the comments all the time. There is a website update coming on Saturday morning that will allow us to shortly get comments back. But so Saturday is like there's a new website. It's a little hokey. I don't know, but I'll be here. I'll be here with you guys because this is YouTube and it doesn't matter. It's all good. Zachary Bolduc is your first. Secondary scoring, Dobesh on a heater, right? Unbelievable game. And look at Bolduc, man. He's loving this. The Montreal Canadiens have won 40 games this season. What a great season they are having. Lots of good stats here. Dobesh has more rookie wins with 24 than Patrick Waugh even. Patrick Waugh had 23. Unreal. All right, so hopefully I'll see you guys on Saturday. Otherwise, in the meantime, Hockey Inside Out is new this week. It's fantastic. Today's episode is about the defense. Yesterday was about beating Carolina and like what they learned about Carolina. There's a couple more episodes coming up about Saturday nights. A couple of episodes about the penalties. Do the Habs take too many penalties? Tomorrow's Hockey Inside Out episode gets into that question. So much good stuff is happening with the Habs, like exciting stuff. I know it's like hair raising, but hey, they're made a big statement this week to get back into the race for the upper echelons of the Eastern Conference as opposed to the bottom feeders fighting it out. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. I'll see you guys Saturday. As you guys know, we've got same old. We've got Herb Zukowski's The Hidden Game coming up in like a couple of hours. If you want to read all the stats, some great stats from this game. So like Hudson got 70 points, 31 game goalless drought. Bolduc beat Strubal's first goal of the season, first goal since like November 2024. And then you've got Jakub Dobesh, who passed Patrick Waugh for most wins by a Habs rookie goaltender. He's got 24. Waugh had 23 his rookie season. Does it feel like 86? Are you guys who lived through 86? Does this feel like 86 this year? Are you feeling the 86 vibes? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for coming. Maybe it's 86. Maybe it's not 86. It's 2026. That's what it is. Enjoy. Have a good night, everybody.